everyone. I'm Kara Minowie, and this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, September 18th. On today's show, Managing Executive of Finemark Bank, Anna Smith, tells us about the plans for next week's milestone anniversary celebration of the bank here at Shell Point. Penny Modrich of Nautilus stops by for today's tech tip, and we're in the kitchen with Ruth Deuber of Periwinkle for a taste of a delicious wedge salad. But first, as the weather begins to turn a bit chillier up north, many of our residents are heading back to Southwest Florida, and we're not just talking about the people. More birds are starting to be seen in our skies, making it a perfect time to learn more about these wonderful creatures. Christy Anders of the Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation will be talking about the ABCs of birds this morning in the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. The program runs from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. and sign-ups are required. We are just a few days away from what's sure to be a grand event at Finemark Bank on the island. The bank will be celebrating its 5th anniversary here at Shell Point, and here to tell us more about what we can expect is Anna Smith, Managing Executive of Finemark Bank.
Hello, I'm Anna Smith, Managing Executive with Finemark on the island. I am excited to announce Finemark is celebrating its 5th year on the island. We have enjoyed every minute of being here, and now we want to say thank you. Everyone is invited to join us for our anniversary celebration on Wednesday, September 24th from 8 to 9:30 in the morning. We will have a tent set up in the bank courtyard on the island with some light refreshments and wonderful conversation. We have a number of special guests attending the event. Susan Chacon, the original managing executive of Finemark on the island, is flying in from Arizona to be with us. And Tiffany Williams, our most recent managing executive before I arrived, will also be on hand for the celebration. Our president and CEO, Joe Caddy, will be here as well to say a few words to our guests. We are grateful for the relationships we have with so many Shell Point residents. We hope you join in the celebration with us. Again, it's Wednesday, September 24th from 8 to 9:30 a.m. in the bank courtyard on the island. You do not need to RSVP. Everyone is welcome, and we hope to see you all there. If you have any questions, please stop by Finemark, or you can always give us a call at 461-5999.
That should be a great event for everyone next Wednesday. Now, resident Penny Modrich of Nautilus is here once again to get us moving along the information highway. In today's Tech Tips, Penny discusses T3 opportunities.
Hi, I'm Penny Modrich from Nautilus. I teach in T3, and here is today's Tech Tip. Do you have an Android device, like a Samsung tablet or cell phone, for instance? Do you need help using the device? Don't be frustrated because all T3 classes seem to be devoted to Apple devices. Find other residents who have the same or similar device and meet with them to coordinate your knowledge and abilities to use these devices proficiently. Then, how about offering a class in the Academy in the Technology Today and Tomorrow T3 section? We want to diversify as much as possible, but we can't become proficient enough to have classes on all the devices that are out there on the market. Your assistance would be most welcome, as we could use more assistants and instructors.
Great information, Penny. Thanks very much. Well, I don't know about you, but now that we're almost done with the show, I'm getting kind of hungry. Ruth Deuber of Periwinkle is here with a summer delight that you're sure to enjoy. What's cooking, Ruth?
Hi, I'm Ruth Deuber, and this is What's Cooking at Shell Point. This happens to be show number 160, and I have my daughter Jane here with me, and she also did another show, so this is her second time
Yes, my second
around.
appearance, back by popular demand.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm going to make a salad today because it's so hot, and you really don't want to eat too much that's heavy. And so this is iceberg lettuce, but it's really getting popular on menus now with all kinds of dressings in that. So I'm going to make a dressing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the fact that it calls for buttermilk. Well, you know, it comes in quarts and nothing smaller. I have found this product, and you keep it in the refrigerator after you open it. It's a powder, and it has actually a shelf life, I think, that goes to 2017.
Wow.
So it'll last a long time. And you hate to waste the buttermilk, that's for sure. So for our dressing, we need 1/4 cup of water to make the buttermilk, and a teaspoon
That's amazing.
of the buttermilk. When your daddy was still around, I didn't have any trouble getting rid of the buttermilk because he loved it.
He loved it.
Yeah.
We used to use that in muffins all the time,
Yeah,
didn't we?
Raisin Bran muffins.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can get me a whisk
Okay.
over there. Okay, and then we have 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And this is the light mayonnaise. And 1/4 cup of sour cream. And this is the reduced fat. It's my suggestion, don't ever do the no fat.
No fat.
It just
A little
doesn't
fat's a good thing.
always. Just like butter, a little bit of butter is perfect. Okay, I'm going to put that in there and I'll let you whisk that
Okay.
for a bit. And I'm going to put in, see, the lazy way, here goes the garlic.
Yeah, well, you know, it's good. It's all good. Your fingers don't get all
There.
garlicky. Oh, that's perfect. Just a little
That's
bit.
just a bit.
About how much was that, Mom?
I would say it was about 1/4 to 1/2, probably 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, and then we need 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Everything's better with that, right?
Well, it adds a lot of flavor, so. Okay,
Perfect.
and we need a 1/4 teaspoon,
Just a little bit.
and it definitely calls for white vinegar. The distilled
Otherwise, it might
white.
make it too dark, maybe.
No,
The
it's just the
flavor?
consistency of it and the flavor, so.
That's yummy.
Okay, alrighty. Now for this is 2 pieces of bacon.
Whoops. Sorry.
Woo,
What happened last time?
getting it all over the place. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, you'll scoop it up later anyway, so.
So in the restaurants, don't they call this a wedge?
That's right.
Yep.
It's on the menu. I also have a recipe that is for shrimp. And it's sort of a
Over the
creamy,
iceberg?
uh-huh,
Yummy.
with sort of a cream sauce on it, and that's good.
So we put that on first?
And let's get some cheddar cheese.
This is making me hungry, Mom.
Well, that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, it's a little messy, but that's okay.
Oh, it looks yummy.
Okay, now do you want to spoon the dressing on there?
Sure. Okay. Should do it fancy like in the restaurants, right?
Well, whatever.
And so they eat, typically they're eating it with a knife and fork, yes?
Uh-huh, that's right.
A different way to eat a salad. I remember when I first had this at some fancy restaurant. I'd never thought I would be cutting a salad with a knife and a fork.
Yeah, that's right.
There you
But
go.
Roquefort dressing is very popular. And that's it.
Yummy.
Good,
Perfect for
good
summer.
for summer, and I hope you'll try it. I'll put it up on the website. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ruth. That sounds delicious. Now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Thanks for tuning in today to the happenings section of SPTV. It is Thursday, September 18th. I'm Mary Franklin along with Bev Chanley, and we're going to get things started bright and early today at 7:15 with Bend, Breathe, and Balance and the Health Club on the Island. The Men's Golf Association will be teeing off at 8. And we head to the tennis courts for round-robin doubles, also at 8 o'clock. The Paddlers Club will be gathering at the kayak storage at 8:30 in the morning. And at 9:15, shuffleboard will take place. 9:30, we're heading back inside for current events in the game room at the Woodlands. And ladies match play will take place at the tennis courts at the Woodlands at 9:30. If you enjoy the game of Samba, you want to be in the Sable room at 9:30. And then get those line dancing shoes on because it is the morning to do so. 9:45 is introduction to beginning line dancing. And at 10:15, it's basic line dancing. Both of those take place in the Health Club on the island. Bev, you've got the afternoon lineup.
Okay, Mary, at 12:45, it's time for Mahjong. That's played in the Library Lounge at the Resident Activity Center. 1:30, we have a Health Connections class, Aqua Pilates Stretch in the Life Quest Aquatics Center. At 2:45, we have another Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 2. That's in the Health Club, it's currently full. We're going to jump to 4 o'clock. That's where you'll find the seamstress doing her weekly service at the Osprey Room. 4:30, the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting will be in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. Also at 4:30, if you go down to the Health Club, they'll have indoor bocce set up. So head on down there for some fun. Pinochle will be in the Library Lounge at 6:30. And finally, at 7 o'clock, we have the Trailblazers Bible Study. That's held in the game room of the Woodlands. Well, thank you for joining us today. And we'll be back again tomorrow for the weekend edition of The Happening segment.
Hi, I'm Terry Colath, and Thursday in the Academy at 10 o'clock, we have the ABCs of Birds in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands for those who have signed up.
Menus for Thursday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is sweet and sour pork with fried rice and snap peas. The dinner special is the Crystal Carving Board for $13.95, and the soup of the day is country cabbage. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is mini burgers with grilled onions and fries for $7.25. The dinner special is Thai night for $8.25. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
It's a privilege to welcome you today to Village Church Connections. I'm here with our international worker in residence, Janice Quinlan. Welcome, Janice.
Thank you, Glenda.
Janice, we've introduced you to the Shell Point community before, but we want to give them an opportunity to connect with your ministry in Thailand, what's going on there. And so I know that you had some special concerns about a family that has just recently arrived in Thailand, and I want you to share a little bit of their story with us today.
I'd love to. We just found out about Brian and Abby Lindsay in February. They really were new to the radar screen for us in Thailand. Abby is an MK, and her parents were missionaries in Burkina Faso. The Konkels, they're in their last term, and they will be retiring. And Brian and Abby were planning to go to Guinea. They did an internship there. And 20 days before they left, they had their appliances bought, their furniture packed, everything ready to go. And just a preliminary physical, they found out that their 4-year-old son was diabetic, seriously diabetic. And he was put in the hospital, and the door to Guinea closed for them. Being an MK from Africa, that was really very painful for them because her whole life she'd kind of geared to go back to Africa. Okay. And so they spent probably 6 months just listening to God and seeing where he was going to redirect them. And Thailand came into the picture because we have such good medical care available there. We did not have any idea that God was bringing us another international family to work with us. So we were just thrilled. And they have 2 little children. Their youngest is 2, Benjamin, and James just turned 5 after they got in Thailand in July. So we've been concerned. It's been an unusually huge adjustment for them because they never thought about Asia. They never thought about working with Buddhist people. A country that they really did not have a big knowledge about previously. So, they've consistently asked for prayer. languages study. They're in their second month, and of course it's getting more difficult. But I know they will do well. You know, you have to kind of get to that hill, and once you get over it, they're not there yet. But they need a lot of prayer, especially for James, that his medical condition can be treated well, and everyone can feel confident about that. And they can feel confident about leaving him with a nanny, that the nanny can look after his situation at such a young age, that they'll learn the language, that they'll learn to love a people group that they never really knew before they came to Thailand. So I would appreciate prayer for the Lindsays, Brian and Abby Lindsay, with James and Benjamin.
It's a phenomenal story, really, because God orchestrates our lives sometimes in unexpected ways, and we don't always understand the why, but we know it's good. And I know Thailand is very well known for having good health care, and so I trust that he'll be well taken care of there.
I believe that they were for us all along, and it just took this path to get them to us. And God has put so many pieces together, because the guest home operators that are there now, she was a diabetic nurse. Our present field director is a nurse and had a diabetic child. And only God could have put those pieces together. So it makes them feel confident that he's been working behind the scenes all along to get them to the place where he wants them to be. And that's with us. So we're happy, so happy.
That's great. And you mentioned they're in language study right now.
Their second month, yes.
And you've had to go through that.
Yes.
Thai language is not the easiest to learn, but we can pray for them in that process. So what do you anticipate that they will be involved in once they complete language studies?
Their burden is church planting.
Okay.
And so right now in their first term, we're looking at the greater Bangkok area just because proximity to good medical care, and James is so young.
Okay.
But they'd like to maybe work in an area which is largely unreached. We just have to kind of see how James does as he gets older, and if he can take more care of his medical condition. But it will always be in church planting, either in the metropolitan Bangkok area or in one of the rural areas of Thailand.
Okay. You've given us a number of things that we can remember to pray for. We'll certainly be praying for James as he makes this adjustment, and that his medical condition will be stable. Praying for the family as they do language study and adjust to new culture and all of the components of that. And pray that God will just map their path for their future in Thailand and give them wonderful peace about that.
Thank you.
So, thank you for sharing their story. I'm hoping over the course of this next year, we'll have an opportunity to just gather glimpses of the work in Thailand as you're able to share. It's been such a real treat to have you here on the Show Point campus already, and we have many more months to look forward to.
Yes.
So thank you, Janice, for being with us today, for sharing this story. And I encourage you to pray with Janice about the ministries in Thailand, and particularly the Lindsay family, as they adjust to a new culture and new situation. Thank you for joining us today at Village Church Connections. Have a wonderful day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we head to the salon. Ladies, Robin Church will let you know about an amazing new product that will keep your face looking great. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, September 18th. I'm Kara Minowie, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.